Good morning. Welcome to your Sunday morning, early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, here with some words of wisdom to start your Sunday off well. It's 34 degrees here this morning, so quite chilly. Got the heat turned on, and I think fall has arrived. So I'm seeing a little light beam right here coming into my brain. I think I'll take that as a good sign, filling me up with some good juju. So how are all of you doing this Sunday? Glad to see you here. Good morning, Cindy. You're the first one popping on today. Followed right on the heels by Abigail. Good morning. And Beth, good morning. Welcome, welcome. 43. Yep, so we've got 34. Brr. When there's Lucy, I bet it's chilly by here, you too. So good morning. Everybody rolling in. This is awesome. And good morning, Ruth Ann. I bet it's not 34 degrees where you are. Hope you're all having a fine Sunday morning. So we have finally left the other deck that 31. Yep, not surprised. Welcome to the Yoop, right? So yes, we'll enjoy our chilly weather. That should really motivate the leaves to do their thing. And I know up by you the leaves are already peak probably, but here we're still kind of in the middling stage. There's some beautiful trees, but there's also a whole lot who haven't done anything yet. So I'm just kind of excited about that little light beam coming into my brain there. I'm not sure what I'm getting downloaded, but more power to me. We'll see what we get. 43 in Georgia. Burr. Yeah. Well, everybody stay snuggled up and warm. I wouldn't probably go out much today, but I do need to go to Zion. Good morning. Let's see, who rolled past? Carolyn. It was Carolyn. It'll be 90 by you. My goodness. Yeah, I have a sister who lives in Portland, and they had 80-something yesterday, and I'm like, yep, that's probably not coming our way. I think we're done with the nice weather. In fact, I took all of my capris, and they're in the wash bin, so I think we're on to sweaters, sweatshirts, etc. So anyway, we have taken leave of the Wild Offerings deck after quite a few days in a row, and we are now in the Soul Coaching deck. Denise Lynn, apparently our soul has something it wants us to know. And this card, I believe we had this card not that long ago, but it's popping up again. So again, when something repeats frequently, perk up your ears because there's a strong message there for us. So our card for today is leadership. And there's the beacon. She's holding the beacon. I kind of view mine more as like a lighthouse, but she's got a torch. The statement is, I am a beacon of radiance, support, and love. Radiance, support, and love. I like light. I'm a beacon of light. So let's see what it has to tell us. And again, tune into the intuitive part of your mind, the heart and soul of you that hears the wisdom that's meant for you today. All right, let's see what we get. Leadership, card meaning, you're a beacon for others. Your skills inspire others to greater heights. It's now time to step into the light and take a leadership role. Good morning, Gwen. Glad you are here. Your soul wants you to know, a leader stomps the grass down and throws the boulders out of the way so that the path is easier for others. Sometimes you might find yourself alone and tired. When you're out front, sometimes you're running by yourself. But know that what you're doing is making a difference in the lives of many. The greatest leaders are those who know how to serve and act as stepping stones for others to reach their dreams. There's that, I think it's a Jim Rohn quote, in order to get what you want, help others get what they want. And I think that, let's lift each other up. All of us at the same time. We're proceeding, okay? Even if you've been in the background in the past, right now it's your turn to step forward and become the light for others. The affirmation, I am a beacon of radiance, support, and love. So let's talk about that. For some of you, hearing those words, step forward and, is like, ee! Get out your cross and your garlic and whatever. Don't fret. Physically, You can also lead from other positions than right, front, and center at the podium, blah, blah. You can lead from the side. You can lead from within the middle of the group. You can lead from behind. Mahatma Gandhi, there go my people. I am their leader. Again, not someone who did the out front as much as the I'm supporting from behind. There, Zig Ziglar. It's Zig Ziglar. Yep. Awesome. Thank you, Cindy. But that's an awesome quote, isn't it? You can have everything in life you want if you will just help other people get what they want. So everyone's being uplifted at once, right? And there's another quote. It's like high tide raises all ships, or the tide raises all ships. We all can be uplifted at once. There's that highly American concept of competition, that there's a limited amount. It's a scarcity belief system. There's a limited amount, and if you have more, I have less. So therefore, I need to take more. The result is you have less. I think it's a bullshit concept. I really do. I think there's more than enough to go around. We don't need to hoard. We can make sure everyone has what they need. To me, it's simply unconscionable that there are people in America starving when others have so much. Does that mean the others have to give up everything they have and wear sackcloth? No. It means we have ways of making sure that people are getting what they need. Good morning, Dave. Glad you are here. Welcome, welcome. So leadership, again, it doesn't mean you have to be out front with the bullhorn yelling. It means you stand in your own power. What are the gifts you've been given, and what are you going to use those gifts for? Certainly you can use those gifts for moving yourself forward in life, but you can also use those gifts to move others forward in life. Giving someone a hand up is really useful. If you look at mentorship, if I take 10 people who are what we would consider successful in this world and ask them, who are the people who are integral in helping you get where you got? There's not going to be one person who doesn't have anybody who gave them a boost. And sometimes those boosts are, I challenge you to do this. You're telling me you can't do this. I believe you can. I'm challenging you to do this. Okay? So, yes, all kinds of resources. So this group that I've just met and I'm having coffee with one of their leaders tomorrow. I want to hear more about what they're doing, because their gist is everyone needs to be able to earn a living wage. Everyone needs to be able to earn a living wage. And we can structure companies such that the gap between the people entry level and the people running the show isn't so vast. When you have someone making $15 an hour and the CEO is making tens of millions, something's out of whack there. If you have that person entry level making a wage that they can live on, which in my area is calculated to be $22 to $24 an hour. And really, it doesn't take that much out of the leadership pot to support the workers at the entry level. It just doesn't. They try to blow sunshine up our ass that it does, but it doesn't. Okay? So, I want to hit this piece too about feeling alone and tired. When you're the one who's kind of leading the way, you've got the beacon, you're saying, come on along, let's go this way. Let me show you the path. It can be pretty lonely. But I urge you to reach out to the others who are doing the same. You might be doing that in one realm. Let's say you're doing that in leading your church group. Let's say someone else is doing that in terms of coaching. Let's say someone else is doing that in terms of banking. Someone else is doing that in terms of food pantry. They're all leading groups of people. Find those other leaders. Good morning, Susan. Glad you're here. And connect with them. Create a brain trust where you can all share your ideas. Well, we're doing this, and this is working really well. And others can grab onto that and run with it. Why leave it for everybody to reinvent the wheel? If you have something that's working really well for your group, by all means, share it with other groups. Share it with other groups. Honor that different people are going to do things in different ways. Don't assume your way is the right way. It's hard for us not to do that. Wait a minute. And it's hard for people who've been involved. Good morning, Sue. Glad you're here. It's hard for people who've been involved for the long haul and have seen the ebbs and flows of all the different things that have been tried. When someone new comes in and says, hey, how about if we try this? We did that. We did that in 1960. We did it in 1985. We did it in 1992. Didn't work. Try not to poo-poo the new person's enthusiasm, okay? Okay to share those things, but hear what they have to say, because there may be new tools, new opportunities, new something that make that idea come to life now. Maybe it didn't. Good morning, Mel. Glad you're here. Maybe it didn't work in 1960 and 1985, but maybe it will now. Maybe it will now because something is different. You never know. So how do we work together as groups? And there's always that person in the group who, those of us who take a dim view of it would call him the naysayer. Well, that isn't going to work. How do you think you're going to, we can't make that much money. We can't do that. The people who are, what about this? What about that? It's worth your effort to help that person hone their craft. Let's call it that. Hone their craft. So that they can share the what ifs and yeah buts, but in a way that actually stimulates conversation in the group and helps you, yes, look at the things that might get in your way. Problem solve them, that's fine. But don't get stuck in the endless loop of yeah, but, yeah, but, yeah, but, yeah, but. Somewhere at some point, you make a move. You see what happens. You want it to be as planful a move as you can make it, but don't get caught in that analysis paralysis stuff. Until we're 100% sure that this is going to work, we're not taking a step. That's how things die. They die on the vine because there's no energy being moved, right? So try something. Take a little step. Well, that didn't work very well. Well, let's tweak it. Let's do this instead. Let's adjust that, etc. And again, there are lots of people who have very little tolerance for making mistakes. But the only way anything gets done and things change and morph and grow is through mistakes. It is an integral part of the process. Embrace the mistakes. Be willing to screw stuff up. All right? So, leadership. You are a beacon for others. So maybe that's what that ray of light is. It's telling me you're a beacon. You're all beacons. We're all beacons. And we have no idea who we are shining the light for, right? We're just holding up the light, moving along the path. But it's illuminating things for others also. Now, sometimes when we illuminate things, there we go. Yes. We illuminate things in ways that people aren't enthusiastic about, okay? Sometimes we have to hold up the light and go, oops, there's something amiss here. We have to take a look at this. We have to be willing to mine up this what isn't working and do something different. Many people they don't want to deal with the mistakes. They want to pretend like, la, 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 this isn't happening. That's a great way to take the ship down, all right? If we can deal with the painful truth that sometimes something is amiss and we need to have the bravery to talk about it and to address it. I'll throw out one, addictions. And there's so many kinds of addictions, right? I have a friend right now who has a friend who's dealing with addiction, isn't dealing with addiction, is still in the active phase and the it's not a problem and I can change this anytime I want phase. And the option, what are your options when you're dealing with someone in that position? Yes, you can hold the mirror up and say, look, there's a problem here. Are you willing to do something about it? What do you need for support in order to do something about this? But I'm not willing to hang around and be complicit with the addiction. I'm not. So Again, that's a thankless part of a relationship, isn't it? Not fun at all, but necessary. Necessary. You can choose to keep hemorrhaging your time, your energy, your life into a relationship where there's someone not dealing with their addiction. Or you can choose to move forward yourself in the direction that you're meant to go, even though it's very painful to do so. All right? And know that this group is here to support you. Whatever it is you're wanting to move forward, we're here to support you. Absolutely, we're here to support you. And I just caught out of the corner of my eye our little Being Enough card. Here it sits. So I'm going to add that to our leadership card for today because I think they dovetail very nicely. Being enough. The innermost heart says, you are enough. Nowhere to go, nothing to get, nothing to change. No need to grow more deserving. You, yes, you are love. And think about that. If we all believed that we and everyone else is deserving simply because we exist, would we not be more open to giving? So I got to share a fun story with you yesterday. I had the house that we're flipping here in Appleton that closes next Thursday, I believe. There was still a refrigerator, a side-by-side refrigerator in the garage. And we're like, we really should get that out of here so that, she's starting with a fresh slate when she moves in. So I put it on Marketplace for $100. And a man and his wife showed up. And this is a massive refrigerator. It is not one of the little ones. It's a big one. He shows up wearing shorts and flip-flops. He's got this little bitty trailer, and he can't back up a trailer. And I am not good at backing up a trailer. So he left the trailer at the end of the driveway. This is a long driveway. And he's got a dolly that is not an appliance dolly. It's just one of those little bitty dollies. And I'm like, okay, we've got flip-flops, we've got a long driveway, we've got a dolly. He didn't have a strap that made it all the way around. I didn't think to bring one from home because I figured he'd have one. So he was hell-bent, though. He was going to take that refrigerator with them. They were building, they're starting a greenhouse, and they needed a refrigerator for in the greenhouse. So I thought, well, that's cool. I like that. Anybody who's doing green stuff, I'm happy about. So helped him get it on the dolly. He's hauling it down the driveway. His wife mentions that there's, she goes, oh, that's a cute little table and chairs. It's a patio set. And we didn't get rid of it. We didn't have anywhere to go with it. And we didn't really want to leave it in the garage for this poor woman to have to deal with. And I said, you want it? She goes, oh. So she starts hauling patio furniture pieces out to the trailer. And I'm like, this is a little bitty trailer. I don't know how it's going to hold all this stuff. But anyway, we hauled all that stuff out. And then she looks at, there were a bunch of tools sitting there, shovels and rakes and whatever. They're starting a greenhouse, right? I said, you want all those too? Yeah, so they took all those too. So we load this refrigerator and he stands it up in the trailer and then shoves the table up against it and the chairs up against the table and then lays all the tools beside it. Isn't going to tie anything down. I looked at the wife and I said, do you have far to go? She goes, no, not really, just Grand Chute, which is probably, 10, 15-minute drive. And I'm like, oh, no. Off they went, happy as clams. But again, we didn't need that stuff. We didn't need that stuff at all. It cleared the garage out for the new person who's moving in, gave them some things that they were so excited to get. Life goes on. It's all good. Pay it forward, pay it forward, pay it forward, right? So what will you do today to pay it forward and to step into your leadership and to embrace mistakes and to model for others, holding a beacon up so everyone can see? What will you do for today with that? What I'm going to do is at 10 o'clock, I'm going to Zion. They're going to have just finished their service and they do a fellowship time. And I'm going to talk to them about what's the plan for the intentional community? How far have we gotten? Who have we talked to? What are the next steps? Etc., etc. And I'm going to suggest to them that maybe I pop in once a month to keep them apprised of what's going on with the project. Because People don't like not knowing what's going on, right? I hate that when I don't know what's going on. Again, I've got my cards. Where are they? I got so many of them. The move ahead anyway. The soul knows the way through. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what the path is, but I'm stepping forward in faith. So that's a part of leadership, is modeling stepping forward in faith. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't even have to have many answers. If you're a step or two ahead of those who are following you, good to go. Sometimes if they're walking alongside you, good to go. You're still moving, all right? So don't view leadership as this big, scary thing. View it as a call. You're being called to something, and we know that God equips the called. He does not call the equipped. All right? So we will be learning as we go. All right? This is our mentorship. Have an awesome Sunday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye, leaders.